Welcome to the Well-Oiled Mind. Today we are examining one of the greatest and most controversial French leaders of all time, Charles de Gaulle. His is a name synonymous with modern French history and a leader whose shadow looms large over France's political landscape. His influence into posterity shows no sign of abating. But just who was the man behind the stoic demeanor and iconic military uniform? Today we delve into the multifaceted life of Charles de Gaulle, a man most complex. Early life and military career. Born in 1890 in Lille, France, Charles de Gaulle's early life was steeped in a deep sense of patriotic nationalism and a reverence for central authority buttressed by a strong Catholic upbringing. His father, a history teacher, instilled in him a profound appreciation for French culture and the French military tradition and ethic. De Gaulle attended the prestigious Saint-Cyr Military Academy, where he excelled, setting the stage for a career marked by both conventional and unconventional military ideas and outcomes. De Gaulle's early military career was defined by his service in World War I. He was wounded and captured during the Battle of Verdun, experiences that profoundly shaped his views on warfare and leadership. His writings during this period reflect an early recognition of the need for modernization in military tactics, particularly the use of mechanized forces. Gordon, 1993. De Gaulle would regret his capture for his entire life. Though he fought bravely and with honor, his capture seemed to saddle him with a lifelong sense of shame at not having done more. It is possible that every moment after his release was dedicated to erasing this perceived blight on his personal honor. The rugged determination he routinely exhibited, but especially during World War II, may have been a subconscious effort to ensure the nation did not suffer the same fate he did at the hands of his German captors. World War II and Free France. As World War II engulfed Europe, de Gaulle emerged as a controversial figure. He commanded cutting-edge tank units during the Battle of France, and though his efforts proved futile in the end, he gained invaluable experience in the new mode of war. Also, this action gave him a sort of credibility. Lastly, sources are unanimous in observing that de Gaulle completely disregarded all physical danger. He was brave to the point of being oblivious. So, controversial as he may have been, the label coward can never be taken seriously if applied to de Gaulle. After France's military defeat, de Gaulle refused to accept France's armistice with Nazi Germany, so he fled to London. From there, he broadcasted his famous appeal of June 18, 1940, rallying the French people to resist occupation. Interestingly, very few people actually heard this speech at the time. Moreover, most who did hear it had no idea who this de Gaulle character was. The speech's importance came later as it helped underpin the de Gaulle legend and mystique. This act of defiance marked the birth of Free France. Fenby, 2010. This date can also serve as an inflection point where de Gaulle decisively shifted from being a military man with political inclinations to being a full-blown political leader, albeit a nascent one. De Gaulle's leadership during this tumultuous period was highly polarizing. Some saw him as a savior of French honor, while others viewed him as an over-ambitious soldier. Vichy leaders declared him a traitor and deserter and sentenced him to death in absentia. Despite the division, his role in maintaining the spirit of resistance was undeniable. As the war dragged on and Nazi Germany dragged Vichy down, de Gaulle's star rose, and his influence waxed. The iconic images of him proudly marching through liberated Paris, leading the crowd, are a good metaphor for his eventual leadership of the nation. Like everything surrounding this man, there was much more than what one saw on the surface. Post-war political career. The end of World War II saw de Gaulle at the helm of a liberated France. However, his tenure as the head of the provisional government was short-lived. Disillusioned by the political infighting of the newly formed Fourth Republic, he resigned in 1946. Yet, this was not the end of his political journey. Kissinger, 1994. De Gaulle's return to power in 1958 marked a new chapter. He founded the Fifth Republic, a system designed to stabilize French politics. His presidency saw major changes, including the controversial decision to grant independence to Algeria, which sparked both praise and fierce opposition. Legacy and influence. Charles de Gaulle's legacy is complex and multifaceted. He is remembered as a towering figure who navigated France through some of its most challenging times while doing so with a brash, irreverent, and self-centered style. First and foremost, he'll be remembered as the lone individual that took a decisive stand against Nazi Germany and his own so-called government in Vichy. It would be an understatement to say he played a bad hand well. In fact, he played it to perfection. Resistance to oppression is central to his legacy. But there is a fine nuance. It was resistance to the oppression of France, for de Gaulle was no international philanthropist. Secondly, de Gaulle gave back to France a sense of worth and a feeling of centrality in European and even global affairs. Under de Gaulle, France conducted itself as equal to the US and the Soviet Union and as a hulking superior of the UK. De Gaulle made the final commitment to nuclear weapons with his return to power in 1958 to 1959, allowing France the ultimate bargaining power in geopolitical affairs. Under and after de Gaulle, nations had to get used to hearing the word no from French leaders. De Gaulle imbued France with a spirit of self-reliance. France did not need the UK, nor did she need NATO. Under de Gaulle, she was a great nation in deed and word. Finally, de Gaulle gave his people political stability. Under previous leadership, coalition governments rose and fall with devastating frequency. While de Gaulle's leadership may not have pleased everyone, it did come with one benefit: certainty. One knew where de Gaulle and the nation stood with him at the reins. His policies and vision have left an indelible mark on the country's political and cultural identity. As historian Julian Jackson notes, de Gaulle's ability to reinvent himself and adapt to changing circumstances was key to his enduring influence. Jackson, 2018. In understanding Charles de Gaulle, we recognize a man who was more than just a soldier or a politician. He was a visionary, a leader, and a symbol of resilience. His life reminds us that greatness rarely comes without controversy. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the life of Charles de Gaulle. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights into the lives of history's most influential figures.